significant military events are now occurring. The United States has delivered a large amount of military weaponry to the Philippines because of increasing tensions between China and Taiwan before the presidential election on the island. Local officials have alleged that Washington is getting ready for a potential dispute with Taiwan. However, the U.S. asserts that this is simply a coordinated activity between the nations. However, what was the reason behind the need to move numerous advanced military assets, such as cutting-edge fighter jets of the 5th and 6th generations, stealth bombers, large combat and surveillance drones, and the most recent version of tanks? The U.S. states that the equipment arrived to support the military, which is taking part in a training exercise dubbed Balikatan. And what a great thing for this country and for the Navy that we have these ships arriving. Nevertheless, it is peculiar that such extensive exercises are occurring during a period of increasing tensions between the United States and China. Maybe around 12 F-22 jets, with a single 6th generation aircraft in charge, arrived in the Philippines specifically to contribute to the combat. Based on aviation norms, a combat aircraft should possess reliability, speed, strength, and up-to-date technological benefits. The F-22 Raptor possesses all of these characteristics. We were indeed constructing a combat aircraft for the 21st century that could confront all the sophisticated dangers. This is an extremely swift and highly costly aircraft. The cost of it was $146 million. The development budget assigned 30% of its cash to the engine, and for a good reason, as it ended up being one of a kind. The unique characteristic of the Raptor engine is its capability to fly at supersonic velocities without needing to switch to afterburner mode. Therefore, the aircraft can hold additional fuel, resulting in an extended range. The accomplishment of the mission draws focus to the F-16's impeccable maneuvering and fly-by-wire controls. And this is just the start of the Fighter Falcon's journey to success. For instance, the F-16 uses up to 3,750 pounds of fuel per hour of supersonic flight, whereas the Raptor only requires 2,425 pounds, assuming both fly at a speed of 1,250. The F-22's performance enables it to go a distance of 1,580. One refilling, which is extremely impressive. The fighter can execute moves that are not accessible to others, such as low-speed spins and horizontal flips, which makes it a challenging target for the adversary. Even the pilots acknowledge that they experience a significant benefit when flying this aircraft in comparison to others. For comparison, picture yourself shooting a bow at a continuously revolving target, moving from side to side and flipping over. This is the sensation you experience when engaging in combat with an F-22. However, it is also quicker than all of its rivals, and not even several homing supersonic missiles can keep pace with it. I have personal experience flying the Raptor in combat against other aircraft, as well as piloting other aircraft against the Raptor, and I can say that it is extremely effective. Regarding the top speed, the F-22 can reach a maximum velocity of 1,500 mph. Until recently, this was the maximum for American combatants. However, it seems to be the one that elevated this number to new levels. And it was this plane that arrived in the Philippines with the Raptors. Certainly, we are referring to the SR-72. This is an airplane that can carry out the most intricate flying missions at a velocity of 1,925. Due to the upgraded engine, which was derived from the mechanism of the preceding aircraft, the F-22, the developers made changes to the fuel delivery system and lines and eliminated external moving components. These modifications enhanced the aircraft's aerodynamics and boosted its speed. In the past, you might have needed a complete strike from a carrier to do that. Now you simply accomplish it using one airplane. The primary characteristic of the SR-72 is its near total invisibility. This is partially because of the revised form. However, the invisibility was mostly enabled by the advanced wave reflection technology. The waves bounce off the SR-72 in the opposite direction and do not come back to the radar system, rendering the aircraft unable to be detected by the radar. Stealth enables the aircraft to carry out highly effective and destructive hypersonic missile assaults. However, certain assaults can be more lethal. Lately, American transport vessels were seen at sea close to the Philippines. Per Philippine officials, the United States has moved 148 million liters of petroleum from a military base in Hawaii to the Philippines. However, it is not very evident. In reality, simultaneously, a B-21 stealth bomber was relocated from an undisclosed military location in Europe. A vessel carried it to Hawaii. The Chinese media aged that the United States covertly relocated its bomber, disguised as a fuel transfer, to carry out a hidden and destructive attack. However, the B-21 is a weapon that has the potential to initiate or conclude a battle. The B-21 Raider is the initial long-range bomber in over 30 years. It shows America's ongoing strengths in creativity and inventiveness. It is a large airplane with a wingspan of 200 feet carrying a variety of weaponry. There are various kinds of them. To begin with, these are damaging anti-radar missiles that are targeted exactly at the origin of radiation and disable the enemy's ability to see. Following them, several JDAM guided missiles will initiate an assault with the ability to be aimed at individual targets, effectively eliminating all critical enemy positions. However, the least desirable choice would likely involve the utilization of cluster munitions. Each of them may cause extensive damage to an area of several acres, engulfing enemy equipment in intense flames. Now, let's remember that the B-21 carries 6 of these projectiles simultaneously. The B-21 can devastate an entire city without detection because of its highly superior stealth technology. Due to the sophisticated stealth system, the world has never witnessed technology comparable to the B-21. This is a highly destructive weapon that can cause permanent harm, but it has issues with gathering information. The radar is not strong enough to identify all enemies, but the United States has also addressed this issue. When they moved the fighter jets for the training, they also included their top surveillance drone, the Global Hawk. As per the Pentagon, this drone will provide Philippine military trainees with a more comprehensive knowledge of drone operations and demonstrate to our colleagues the significance of investing in unmanned technology. The RQ-4 Global Hawk is the biggest unmanned aerial vehicle in the world and represents an advanced information system in use by the United States. It can send a large amount of information while remaining airborne for over 30 hours. This is an actual unmanned aircraft with a wingspan of over 11 feet. However, even though it is large, the Hawk manages to stay hidden since it flies at an altitude of 11 miles. This drone can effortlessly travel a distance of 12,400 miles without needing to land, a feat that no other competitor can do. Fly-by-wire receives data from the pilots and other aircraft sensors and sends them to a set of computers, which then provide an output to a hydraulic actuator, which controls the flight. The RQ-4 impresses not just with its distance capabilities, but also with its surveillance features. Examining an area that is bigger than the entirety of Germany? Not an issue. Thanks to the system, it comprises sensors that can identify moving targets the size of a mouse, including optoelectronic and thermal sensors. Now, consider if it was truly essential to deploy this specific drone just for training purposes. Is there not a more straightforward and less expensive alternative, such as the Switchblade or the X-47B? However, apart from the weaponry that can be transported by air, the United States also sent equipment that can be used on the ground, such as Abrams tanks and the most recent version, as well as Avenger anti-aircraft systems equipped with Stinger missiles, among other items. And we haven't even discussed the numerous warships that have assembled near the Philippines. There are destroyers, cruisers, and even 2 aircraft carriers, including the top ship in Britain. All of this appears very questionable and appears to be more like preparations for the start of a direct battle. However, maybe we are incorrect. It's simply a very extensive exercise, Currently, it is quite challenging to provide any comments on the situation. The USS Carney neutralized 14 attack drones that were launched from rebel-controlled parts of Yemen. This assault could have important consequences and worsen the conflict. According to the attackers, they didn't know that you was there. Naval troops in the region. As per their account, the action targeted Israeli fishing boats. However, those explanations don't sound persuasive. The Houthis probably became concerned when the USS Carney started to approach the Red Sea. Despite the risks, the crew managed to survive the assault. This is because the spacecraft automatically destroyed an oncoming danger that could have caused permanent harm. However, Carney acted wisely by taking down those 3 UAs. The Carney was designed to quickly and efficiently respond to any threats. The system is fitted with at least 2 launchers that hold a combined total of 100 guided missiles, some of which can deliver nuclear warheads. Every missile is fitted with its own radar and homing head, allowing for autonomous targeting and data transfer to other missiles. Consequently, the missiles will strike each adversary with utmost precision and efficiency. This is just a small portion of the ship's weaponry. Besides missiles, the USS Carney is fitted with a 127mm Mark 45 artillery system capable of demolishing even the most fortified bunkers. There's a chance that munitions may be used on a particular target. By the way, the destroyer employed 225mm automatic cannons and 4 large-caliber machine guns to bring down the drones. However, driven by the size of the seawater, this weapon can shoot 4,500 rounds per second and eliminate targets that are 2 miles away. It can bring down aircraft, eliminate missiles, and sink boats. The USS Carney is fitted with 2 Aegis multifunctional combat control systems that can effectively intercept bombers flying at an altitude of 12 miles. Understandably, the Houthis chose to target the USS Carney since they recognized that such a powerful ship might swiftly destroy their bases along the coasts of the Red Sea. However, they failed to consider one aspect. After the USS Carney, another ship named the USS Laboon sailed north to the Red Sea to carry out maritime security activities. The USS Laboon is the 8th ship of the Arl Burke class. It is different from its previous version, not just in appearance, but also in the inclusion of specific weapons, including undersea mines. If you believe that these weapons are less powerful than missiles, you are mistaken. Mines on land have always remained in the category of secondary weapons, even at the peak of their popularity. Nevertheless, the circumstances at sea are somewhat distinct. Once they entered the Navy, mines took the place of artillery and became a strategically important weapon, often overshadowing other types of naval armaments. And what a great thing for this country and for the Navy that we have these ships arriving. The benefit of mines is that they can be positioned at significant depths and stay there for many years. Nevertheless, they also have a notable disadvantage. They're rather simple to locate and eliminate. However, the USS Lagoon can be a significant danger to Houthi ships. However, Great Britain and France were quicker in taking action by deploying their frigates to assist the United States, thereby preventing them from initiating their attack. The French Languedoc frigates are highly capable and versatile warships that are extensively utilized by the Navy. I gave this ship the name Daring. May she be blessed by a higher power, and may all others who accompany her on the journey also receive blessings. They have the option to be equipped with the Aegis system, which combines a contemporary target detection and acquisition system, together with SM-2 and SM-6 missile systems that are capable of effectively engaging enemy aircraft up to a range of 220 miles. This mechanism enabled the frigate to defend itself against the drone onslaught it experienced. Alongside the USS Carnage, the Languedoc also possesses the capability to locate and engage submarines, including torpedoes, designed for deep-sea operations. However, the most notable capability is the capacity to engage ground targets with guided missiles. The missile has an impressive range of 990 miles and can carry many types of warheads, ranging from high explosives to cluster munitions. So it's a highly hazardous, long-distance, and adaptable weapon. The British Royal Navy destroyer HMS Diamond, along with the Languedoc frigate, joined the strike force that arrived to assist the United States. This is the primary kind of British destroyer. They can defeat a whole enemy army utilizing SM-2 and SM-6 systems, together with Harpoon anti-ship missiles that have a range of 250 miles and can destroy enemy ships. The distinctive feature of the Harpoon missile is its exceptional mobility and capability to fly at a height of around 16 feet above sea level. This type of missile is extremely difficult to intercept with other missiles since the enemy is limited to using only machine guns for defense. A German vessel is set to be deployed to the southern section of the Red Sea to carry out similar responsibilities in collaboration with Western allies. This collaboration should aid in safeguarding commercial shipping from assaults by Yemeni Houthis. Furthermore, a Navy carrier strike group, commanded by the nuclear-powered aircraft carrier USS Dwight Eisenhower, reached the Gulf of Aden to assist U.S. forces in reaction to the Houthis strikes. They are capable of dealing with a wide range of security issues. The primary concept of an aircraft carrier is not its immense size or formidable weaponry, but rather the fighters on the deck. Here you can see the newest F-22 Raptor, along with the F-35 Lightning II, which is regarded as the top fighter of the 5th generation, and the B-21 Raider, which is a powerful stealth bomber with nuclear weapons, and even a group of large drones like the Global Hawk, which can survey millions of square feet of land at an altitude of 12 miles. In addition, they can work along with satellites, obtaining data about every adversary on the battlefield. By the way, based on the pictures from the European Space Agency's Sentinel-2 satellite, the Dwight Eisenhower aircraft carrier is currently 116 miles from the strait leading to the Red Sea. This signifies only one thing. The existence of such a fleet in the Mediterranean Sea is expected to provide dependable assistance to Israel in the confrontation with the adversary and will also act as a deterrent against the escalation of a conflict beyond the country's border. By merging the capabilities of Dwight Eisenhower and its drones, along with incorporating the offensive capabilities of the USS Carr and the defensive systems of the USS Lagoon, it may potentially become the most formidable fleet for annihilating the enemy. Now, the Houthis will need to reconsider before launching careless attacks again, and this video has reached its conclusion. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to like and leave a comment. This will assist us in determining the direction in which we should grow the content. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you shortly.